Are we the master of our own thoughts, emotions, and feelings? Or are we the slave of our own thoughts, emotions, and feelings? If we are the masters, that means we are powerful, and if we are the slave, that means we are very weak. If we are the masters, then we will never be affected by our own emotions. We'll be having the controlling and ruling authority in our every thought, emotions, feelings, in our every words we speak and every actions. But if we are the slave, that means we are affected or influenced by our own emotions. We are controlled by other people's opinion and outer circumstances and the situation that comes in our life. To become a master means to have the authority, means to have the power in every thoughts we create, every words we speak, and every actions we perform. So today I'm going to talk about self-sovereignty. Self-sovereignty means to become a master. Being a king, I will have the controlling and ruling power in my mind, intellect, and memory. I become the master of my mind, intellect, and memory. Once I am seated in my throne of eternity, when I am seated in myself, in the seat of myself, I will always give the command to my mind what to think and what not to think. If I have the control over my mind, that means it will be always having the ruling and the controlling authority in every thought my mind will create. Every words I'll speak and every actions I perform. So first and foremost, it is important to have the master in my thought level. As a king is always seated in his throne, when a king is seated in his throne, he will have the authority and he will command to his ministers to perform the work. Similarly, I am also the king, the master, seated always in my seat of eternal and the unlimitedness. I'll realize that authority only when I'm seated in my throne. I become the master only when I'm seated in my throne of unlimitedness. But I forget myself and think myself only this physical body, that means I become a slave. And hence I'll be controlled by the emotions and the circumstances and other people's opinion. And being a master, it is important for me to have the power. How to have the control over my emotions, my feelings, what to think. So once I am fully adaptable in this, once I know the technique of having the controlling and the ruling power, that means whatever I try to do from this sense organs and the physical organs will also be accurate. I'll have the controlling and the ruling power in my sense organs as well as the physical organs. Means I have my 5 sense organs. In my 5 sense organs, as being the command given by myself, my eyes will see only those things that is required. My ears will listen only those conversations that is really beneficial for me. My tongue will taste only those things that is really required for this body. So likewise, every sense organs will follow my command as per the instruction I have given to my mind. And the same thing happens with my action organs. My mouth will only speak those things that is really beneficial, that is really sweet and soft. My hands will do only those tasks, will perform only those actions that is really going to benefit me and others. Similarly, the same thing will be followed by all the physical organs. How? Because I have the control. Being a master, I have the control over my thoughts, emotions. For this, it is important for me to practice in a regular basis. Every morning, let me sit for 15 minutes and talk to myself and say, being a master, being seated in the throne of unlimitedness, I'll instruct my mind and tell only to create the thoughts that is really going to help me. I'll give the command to all my physical organs and the sense organs. Again, at night, when my whole day is gone, and at night before going to sleep, I'll just take a moment and I'll sit down with myself and I'll check what are the things that went wrong throughout the day. Was I in my control? Was I the master of myself, or I became the slave? Was I the master of my mind, intellect and memory? Did I become the master of my sense organs and physical organs? If it happened that anywhere I shouted on someone, if anywhere I was upset, if anywhere I was not happy, that means I lost the control and I became the slave of that situation and the circumstances, and I forgot my own identity being a master. So becoming a master, becoming a self-sovereign means to have the check, to have the control and the authority every moment. I need to check whether I'm speaking right or not. I have to see whether I'm doing the right actions or not. So every now and then when I check, I will be able to change. So let us become the master of our own thoughts. Let us be the master of our mind, intellect and memory, so that whatever we perform through this physical body will also be correct. But this needs to be practiced by self-talk. So become the master of yourself. Have the controlling and the ruling authority of your emotions, feelings and every thought. So thank you so much, and do take care of yourself.